morning, everybody. As you can tell, this is not land between the lakes. All right, so I hopped in my truck, so hopefully you can hear me because I am next to I-40, which is a very busy and loud interstate. So, yesterday, at the end of the video, we are headed into land between the lakes. The reason we went there is because we're coming from Indiana to Alabama so I can visit some family. And of course, we're, trying to find as much stuff to do along the way. We were gonna go to a place in Indiana called Clifty Falls State Park, but I was worried that it wouldn't time out. For one, I would probably only be able to stay there one day. And, and then with trying to do stuff, driving, 4 to 8 hours, editing a video, finding cell reception to upload it, it's been difficult. I mean, these are great problems to have, but it's been difficult. So anywho, I had already, Land Between the Lakes has been on, I got pins on my GPS since me and Crystal were there like a year ago. So I thought, we'll go there. They have a place called Wrangler Campground where you can do horse riding, so I know Emily wants to do that. We've tried to do it in Arkansas, but it didn't time out. There was a place in Indiana, but they only give lessons, not trail riding. So the other morning in southern Indiana, where we woke up at a truck stop, it was like we could go to Clifty Falls State Park, but I was worried that if we did that, it would be 10 o'clock that night when we got to somewhere in Tennessee, and I'd still have to make a video and blah blah blah. So I thought Land Between the Lakes, that's cool. Maybe we can do 2 nights there. We can do the horseback riding. There's probably won't be cell reception, but maybe there will be, and if there's not, oh well, I miss a day, but Emily had fun. So I called Wrangler Campground in Land Between the Lakes, Kentucky. Was able to get a reservation for 2 nights. All right, sweet. They transferred me over to the horse place, made reservations for Emily and Daren, and not me though, because they have a 250-pound weight limit, and believe it or not, I am 260 pounds. I know it doesn't look it, does it at all? So, oh well, I can't ride with them. They can still ride. They want to, and I can do something else. I got a mountain bike, right? I can go pedal around and find something to do while they're out on their hour ride, and and that'll be fine. So we get all the way down there to Land Between the Lakes. We made the video there at the dam, which is just awesome, all that water, and it's a neat place to be. And then we head into Land Between the Lakes. And so kind of the first red flag was actually a giant red sign. And and I know people have mixed feelings on firearms and whatnot, but it's welcome to Land Between the Lakes. About 100 yards later, firearms are prohibited. So, it should have said, welcome to Chicago, where firearms are prohibited. And I didn't like that. I thought, why is that sign like hidden, like after the fact? I didn't like that. So then we get to the campground, beautiful country, driving down whatever road that was from the dams to our campground. It just kept getting prettier and prettier. We get to the campground. As we're turning in, the first thing that I see is a sign that says no bicycles. Crap. That's kind of what my plan was. We don't have horses. We got horse, reservations for the kids to ride a horse for 1 hour, but the rest of the time, we've got bikes, and there's got to be trails and roads and stuff to do, right? So we go to check in. We pull up to the window. You got to get out. You walk up. I say, hey, hello, I'm here to check in. They say, do you have a reservation? Yes, I'm here to check in. What site do you have reserved? B13. My phone's beeping. B13. All right, so they type B13 in the computer, and they say somebody's already checked into B13. Okay, well, that's the site that they gave me. So, so they start checking again, and they ask me my name. Well, I'm Derek Blue Cactus. No, that's weird. This site's already checked in under Eric Blue Cactus. I mean, this literally happened. 1 letter off. Literally happened. It's some it goes back and forth. It just seemed to cause some mass confusion for them. So I let them talk it out for a few minutes, and then I suggest that, is it possible that somebody typed in Eric Blue Cactus instead of Derek Blue Cactus? Because what are the odds that, you know, I just showed up asking for site B13 and my name's one letter off. I don't mean this to be a rant. I'm just telling you my experiences or whatnot. I know that I'm very lucky. I have a beautiful wife, and I've been driving around the country with my kids for like 19 days now, living the dream. And this is kind of the first actual thing that went even remotely wrong. So I'm just, you know, but we were there, and I have to explain why we're not. So I hope this doesn't sound bad. So they send somebody over to the B13 to verify that Eric Blue Cactus isn't already checked in. So after all that, they still didn't, they print me out the wrong ticket with the wrong name on it, which I thought was weird, because after all that we've been through verifying that I am Derek and not Eric, you know, I thought that maybe they'd print me another thing, but they didn't. Not a big deal. You know, they give me the tag, I say thank you. You know, oh, I had one question about the bicycle thing. You know, I saw that no bikes, you know, and they said, oh yeah, you can't even unload them. You know, so now it's not even, they've taken the fun part away, or, now we can't even unload them. So immediately we've got nowhere, you know, almost nowhere to sleep, because we fold those bunk beds on top of each other and put the bikes on the one side. So if we can't even unload them, we're already, you know, it's already looking grim. So then we go into the, we get to our campsite, and it's full sun. You know, the kids are already like, where are we? Like, because everywhere we've camped has been out in the middle of nowhere with no one around. Their whole lives, they've never been in a traditional campground. It's always been, I've always taken them in the middle of nowhere where no one else is. It's full sun. There's kind of people right next to each other. They're not, it doesn't look exciting to them. There's no water. Here comes the park ranger, you know, to verify, you know, driving by, waving to see if I'm unloading my bikes and stuff. So I get out their little camp map, and I'm like, where's the bathrooms, you know, that I bought the bikes to ride to, you know, so I wouldn't have to walk, you know, a half mile around a crowded campground to take a leak. So while looking at this map, I found out another piece of interesting information. If you just bought a 6-pack of Yingling to, you know, set by the fire while you cook your food and perhaps open your laptop and edit a video, that's prohibited. So, you know, you can't have a can of beer, a bottle of beer, you can't have anything. So we head to the bathroom, we get in there. It's pretty dingy, which is another reason we chose this place, is because, you know, hot showers, you know, it's nice to have. So on the way back, Emily says, you know, I don't want to be selfish and stay here just to ride the horse the next day for an hour, you know. And, you know, and that was pretty big of her, because it did kind of feel that way. We only went there to do the horseback riding, and everything else was like, hey, we got bikes, you know, the kids can ride around, you know, but you can't even unload the bikes. You can't even unload them. So anyway, to kind of try to wrap this up, we decided to pull out of there. You know, we're not gonna, if we have to just sit here and be bored for the next, you know, 5-6 hours until the sun goes down before we climb into the truck and have nowhere to sleep, we could be at a truck stop. You know, we could be heading further south towards Alabama, there's other bodies of water and things that I have marked out on the list to do. I just chose that one because we could be there by 4 o'clock. We could have a video filmed. There was hot showers, there was bikes, there was horseback riding, you know, had food to cook, you know, all these things. And it kind of all disintegrated right then and there. So we left Land Between the Lakes. We headed south all the way through the beautiful hills of Tennessee. Really pretty country, windy, hilly, nice. The kids had more fun doing that than they would have had at the campground. Got to I-40 in whatever town that was. Couldn't get a hotel there. Everything was booked up. So we headed 30 miles, I think, east to Dixon, Tennessee, which is where we are now. So now it's 7:30 in the morning. The kids are getting cleaned up. We're going to be leaving here in about a half hour. There are several cool things that I want to do. Basically, we're going waterfall hunting in South Tennessee, and I'm kind of excited about it. I kind of wish I just made this decision yesterday. So we had good intentions and it didn't work out. So that's what's up, and we will see you again soon. Bye.